Okay, I thought I missed something that I had not installed, but now I remember that there is not like a typical package. So from the recommendation from the Auth0, you can just call the new authentication client. So basically, I need to switch my this part of the implementation. So I'm not going to use this abstraction. And what we will do basically, I'm going to say, where is the API? Where is the API? Okay, here. So I'm going to say something like that for auth client. Exactly. So this is how I'm going to configure it, and this is how I'm going to call it. And now it should work. Let's see. Boom. Let me see again documentation. Yes, it should be HTTP with your domain. Nice. Okay, something is not working. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I tried something like that. We're gonna remove, start the API. Now it should gonna work. Okay, I thought I was missing something, maybe some kind of like a package I had not been installed properly, but I went to the like Auth0 repository. I figured that there's a way to do it properly. Here's the example, so I'm gonna copy and paste. Let's go back to our token provider. So here we should just paste this thing. Here we should add our domain. Oh, I like it. Okay, now I'm gonna use this client. So basically, it means that I don't need this one. Let's clean up everything. Okay. Nice. Let's take a look at the token provider. Sorry, the token handler. Oh, wait. Here should be the interface. Nice. Okay. Let's run the API and let's see if it's working. It should be fast. Okay. Everything has been started. I have the the payment and the booking API has been started. So let's go to our UI, which is here. Let's try create reserve the booking and let's see what will happen. Okay, you see, now I'm gonna get a token which will help me grant me access to the payment API. Oh, I have a token. Can I just investigate what is inside this token? Let's go to the JWEO and let's see how it looks. What kind of data we have in token? Of course, I'll just copy it, not proper one, because yeah, I need to remove a few things. Okay, so oh, this is bad. This is really bad. Okay, I know where is the mistake. Basically, I just used the audience for the booking, so I should not use the booking one. So again, few things we need to fix it. So here should be payment API audience, right? Can I find it? Let's see if it's correct. So if I go here, exactly. Okay, now I just figured out we need to change also this part. So here we should be removed basically. Okay, let's remove it. Now it looks much more better. Let's run API again, APIs, and let's test it. Front end. Create booking. Create booking. Okay, let me see. Okay, you need to create the payment API. So you need to create a client grant associated with the API. Okay, we have some kind of issues with the Auth0. Let me see if I can just fix it. Okay, it should have access. Let me see if there's a client access. Okay, sorry, this was not correct one. So here's the client access. Here's the delegate user access. So this is something different. Yeah, now it's okay. Let me try again. So let's close this error and oh, come on. Let's run again from the UI, which is here. Let's check it. Nice. Okay. Now it should work, and it did work. The request is okay. Let's go back to the payment. The response is okay. So so everything has been like complete properly. We have the result and we have a booking, blah blah blah. Everything looks nice, but we are coming to the meritum of this this video. So why we are using HttpClient? Why it's we are doing something which make our architecture hard to maintain. So I have a service. Why I need to create a service? Why I need to implement some extra abstraction and then wrap with the HttpClient? This is what I said on the starting. So imagine that I'm sending this request, but I'm not validating. I should validate, right? What about if this is null, this is a negative value, and etc. What about if I have a huge payload and I should validate before sending? So now I'm going to show you how you can use Refit to get rid of this kind of stuff implementation, have a simple interface, driven interface, which will replace this payment service. Okay, now we will implement Refit. So for those who don't know what is Refit, Refit is like a .NET client library, which is making your API call as easy as a calling method. So instead of like a wrapping typical HTTP client code, you need just a defined interface with a method that describes your API endpoints. It should be one-to-one mapping. So Refit automatically generates the code that makes HTTP request and handle the response. So if you are thinking what there are like key benefits, why it's useful, I would say first, less boilerplate. So you don't need to manually create the HTTP client for any kind of new APIs. Strong typed, so it means that you have like a compile time saved with the interface, and clean code. Your API can call the like a normal methods, and these methods will be represented as an endpoint. So and then you don't need to call like add external like a validation, etc. So okay, let's do it. Let's stop our API. I have already installed the Refit client in my infrastructure library, so it's here. So what we need to do now, I'm gonna say like let's name it as the same. So I'm gonna leave this one. I'm gonna use maybe it will not be service for sure. So inside my domain, I will create interface. Basically, it should not be here because it's not that kind of stuff. Or maybe I should add it. Okay, I'm gonna name it like this, and I'm gonna name payment API client. Okay, and now the fun part is like I'm gonna say it's a Refit oh, now it's I know what the issue is. Basically, sorry, I need to install it in the application, not in front. Okay, let me see. It's here. Let me see if I exist this interface. No, it might not exist. Let me see the documentation. Okay, it looks like I don't need to add it, but I remember it was a case I need to add it. Okay, let's do it without. So here, oh, it's interface. Let me try again. No, it's not that. Okay. So here what we need to do is we need to define something like that. We need to say get, sorry, in the right. Now I need to say where is it? So it's like a / API payment, right? And you see even it's like a help me, but the suggestion is wrong because it's coming from the body. So it's a body request, and I'm gonna say that okay, I'm going to use the same thing that I have in my payment endpoint, which is here. So I'm going to copy this one. Nice. I will go back here. I will define the class here, and I'm going to exactly. Nice. No, I don't need it. Okay. We have, I think, everything. Maybe I need just the cancellation token. CT equals default. Nice. So how it's it's a post, not get. How it's look like under the hood? So I need just to define this interface and then register it as a type of the Redis. So let me see, it's one more thing. It's a post. So if I go to my implementation where I have this this payment service, which is I believe here, I'm gonna copy it what you are seeing here. Take a look, everything. I'm gonna comment it, by the way. We don't need also this one. And I'm gonna register it from my application layer here. I'm gonna paste it. Looks okay, blah blah. Okay, nice. I'm gonna change few things because we need to define that it's not a payment service, it's a payment API client, and this is at Redis Refit. Let me see if it exists. Can I find it? No, it's not finding. Okay. Now I'm thinking it should be in the infrastructure layer because I have issues. I have like a auth token and maybe it should be in infra layer. So I'm gonna move it. But there's also a thing I would like to include, and it's a header propagation. So yeah, it should be here. Let's move it. Let's see, Refit client. Okay, it looks like I'm missing something. I'm gonna take a look what in the GitHub repositories about Refit is saying, what I should add there. So dependency injection, add, oh, maybe it should do add Refit client? Exactly. Let's see. No, come on, what was that? Yes, it is, come on. It should work, right? What is saying? Okay, that's fair. Let's throw it here. Let's remove it from here. Come on. Okay, let's fix the namespace. Okay, I believe, yeah, it should be. Why it's not changing, by the way? Now it's gonna fine. No, it's not fine. Oh, come on. Service. It's not finding this. Why? Why is that? The Refit client is here, right? I don't need this one. Yes, it is here. Okay. Let's see what we are missing. Okay. Is there any information about what I should add it here? What kind of package reference I should use? Refit backend, Roslyn. Okay, never mind. I have fixed the issues. Basically, I need to install one more like a package. It's called the Refit HttpClient factory. So let me explain what I have did. So I have created a new library. I named it AI Payment Client. And to be clear that why I have been created this library, to not break the rule of the clean architecture, I will be able to add this like a library to the different type of the layers. In this case, I would like to have in the application. So there was like a part of the infra and the application. I didn't want like a mix and make a reference from the infra to application. So I just separate this one, and the benefits of that also. So in the future, you should be able to deploy this small like a library as a NuGet package that will be like implemented by other services. So in my case, I'm gonna add as a package reference, as you see here, and now I'm going to use inside my handler, which is create booking. Now I should be able to exactly get this one, change here. Okay, no, it's not that. Okay, switch, done. What we are missing? Okay, so it's not expecting like a float, like a property. It's expecting the type of the object that should be there. So okay, we change it. Now let's test it. I'm going to build, see if it's there's some kind of error or not. I find the issues and I fix it. Basically, I was just missing some kind of like a package. I need to install it. It looks like the Refit it's not enough because it's only for .NET 8. I need to install Refit HttpClient factory. Take a look at my configuration. So I'm saying add Refit client, the type of the interface, and unconfigure it. Also, I create the T as a handler. So if you are watching carefully, I have like a new namespace. So it means that I separate the Refit client in the separate library, which will be implemented inside my application. Why I did that? Because I don't want to break the rules about clean architecture or new architecture. So I don't want to make dependency from the application from the infra. And this kind of code, it has a different stuff there. So I'm gonna only reference payment client inside my application, and I'm gonna register it. So basically, I'm gonna say services at payment client, and I'm gonna say exactly like this. And what I need, it's a base URL. So yeah, okay. Sorry, it should not be here basically. This is another thing. So I need to use delegate handler, and the delegate handler lives in the infra layer. And what I need to do, I need to figure out how to deal with this kind of issues, because it's breaking the architecture constraint. So I cannot put here something like that. It's not gonna work because delegate handler is living in my infrastructure layer, you see. Okay. Let's try other things. So to be sure that I can use the payment client, I'm going to register it in the API. So here, so the API is the place when it implements only the infra layer. So, and the application, of course, I don't know why. Basically, we don't need the application. So I'm going to say builder services at payment. You see? And now I can use, oh, no, not this one. Auth0 token handler. Nice. And of course, I'm going to use reading the payment API base URL. So it means that I need to check if my configuration of setting has a payment. Oh, it doesn't have. Let's just hard code the value. So here I'm going to just bring this value in place. Nice. So let's test if our API is working properly. So I'm going to run the API. There is a still error. Let's see. Interfaces. Okay. Reference. Nice. Now it should work. So two APIs will start. Now we're going to test if the Refit client is doing his job properly. Okay, finally the API has been started. Also just a bit tested to not waste a lot of your time, guys. So what I needed to change, basically, I just say task API response to bool. This is typical the object which is represented by the Refit, and also I have configured the settings. So it means that if we go to the configuration of the Refit client in here, you'll see that I have added that you need to specifically use the system.json, and the default serialization should be web, which is just typical common use of the JSON serialized options. Now let's test it. So I have the data here. It was not working. I'm going to send the request, book to Yerevan. Let's see if it's going to work. Okay, I'm sending the request. I have the authorization token. Now I should hit the API. Okay, so as you see, it's working. So if I go here, it should pass, and we have a new booking. Okay, finally, I was able to run the API and test everything. I had one more issue regarding the serialization. I set up the Refit configuration to use the system.json serialization, which is here, and that's all. Oh, and I switched to using the not typical task bool return the response value. I set up to use a API response. This is a native object from the Refit client. Basically, it's very useful because with this one you can just track if the request is successful or not, and it's similar to the railway pattern. So here, as you see, I'm getting result, and this is an API response, and I can get if it's successful code or not. Okay, I believe we can test it. Let's make we have a Tokyo, we have Yerevan, we have maybe Warsaw. Okay, and I'm gonna visit the Warsaw at the end of the room there, and it's cost just a few bucks. Let's create it. Now we should authorize, and then it should hit the payment service to charge the client for the booking. Let's see. Oh, okay, sorry. So it's here. We get the token, and the payment has been successfully complete. So it means that we just book trip to the Warsaw. Yeah, that's all. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you enjoy it. I make a lot of mistakes, and I have learned a lot. I hope this video will be useful for you. Thank you very much. Follow, subscribe.